This is Portal 2, Condensed. But before we get into it, let's recap some important events that took place prior to the main story. You are Shell, the main character. In the first game, you were a test subject for aperture science. Initially though, you were never supposed to be a test subject. However, a lot broker at Aperture, Doug Ratman, he saw your file and changed the testing order. The man had a hunch that you would be able to defeat Glados, the evil AI that's in control of the Aperture facility. And he was right. After Glados is defeated, a party escort bot drags you away, putting you in suspended animation. But the life support is disabled, so you will probably die in your sleep. Ratman feels responsible for putting you in this predicament, so he tries to get to your chamber, only to get shot in the leg by a turret. He can't make his way to you, but he does restart your life support, albeit with no wake update. While bleeding out from his gunshot wound, Ratman puts himself to sleep in a cryo chamber, leaving his fate unknown. And so finally, that brings us to the main story. You wake up from suspended animation after a very long time. The one that woke you up is a personality core named Wheatley, and the guy seems a bit worried about your mental state.
And it's not out of the question that you might have a very minor case of serious brain damage. Say apple. Apple. Okay, you know what? That's close enough. Just hold tight.
Wheatley takes you on a ride, and he implies that you're the only surviving test subject, so he's very intent on getting you to safety. He takes you to the test chambers and tells you to find a portal gun. You've been here before, and hey look, that's you. Nice long fall boots. Even in this rundown state, the facility is still somehow functioning.
Because of the technical difficulties we are currently experiencing, your test environment is unsupervised.
You fall through the floor, and down the hole you find the portal gun on a platform. On the surrounding walls, you can see Ratman's murals that recount Glados' construction, to her eventual defeat by your hands. And hey look, that's you. So you're going through the test chambers, and the facility tries its best to accommodate. You meet with Wheatley again, and he seems set on the belief that you're not fully mentally present.
People with brain damage are the real heroes in the end, aren't they, at the end of the day? Brave.
He disconnects himself from the rail to accompany you, so the two of you travel together and make it through Glados' chamber.
Fine, on we go. What a nasty piece of work she was, honestly. Like a proper maniac.
The two of you get to the main breaker room, and Wheatley accidentally makes the platform move upwards, which flips a couple switches, and this leads to Glados waking up.
Power up initiated.
Okay, don't panic! Alright, stop panicking. Alright, new plan. Act natural, act natural. We've done nothing. Hello!
Oh, it's you. I've been really busy being dead. You know, after you murdered me.
You did what?
She tosses Wheatley aside and drops you down a hole. You end up in the incinerator room and find a portal gun, the one that shoots both blue and orange holes. Glados is eager to start testing again, and she seems pretty salty about being murdered by you, despite the fact that she tried to kill you more than once.
I was able, well, forced really, to relive you killing me again and again, forever.
You start going through the test chambers and solving the puzzles, just like the old times. In the meantime, Glados is reconstructing the facility and monitoring your progress, while also passive-aggressively roasting you any chance she gets.
Here come the test results. You are a horrible person. That's what it says. A horrible person. We weren't even testing for that.
In some hidden areas, you can find traces of Ratman's existence. After a while, you see Wheatley while bouncing up on an aerial faith plate.
Hey, it's me! I'm okay. Believe what happened, right? I was just lying there. You thought I was a bird, right? Couldn't believe it either.
You see him again later, and he promises to break you out soon.
Hey, up here. I found some bird eggs up here. Just dropped them into the door mechanism. Shut it right down. Bird! We're gonna break out of here, alright? Very soon, I promise.
As you continue testing, Glados says she has a surprise for you, hinting at a meeting with her parents.
It involves meeting two people you haven't seen in a long time.
After a few chambers, she surprises you.
I made it all up. Surprise. Oh, come on. If it makes you feel any better, they abandoned you at birth. So I very seriously doubt they'd even want to see you.
She then proceeds to rub it in your face.
Let's give your parents a call right now.
The birth parents you are trying to reach do not love you. Please hang up.
Maybe they worked at the phone company.
On an elevator ride between test chambers, you happen upon Wheatley again.
I talked my way onto the old nanobot work crew rebuilding this shaft.
Gladys doesn't seem to be aware of these encounters you're having with him. After getting through a few more chambers, Gladys has a facility fully functional and cleaned up.
The facility is completely operational again.
Soon after, Wheatley interrupts a test to break you out.
What's going on? Who turned off the lights?
Hey, buddy! I'm speaking in an accent that is beyond her range of hearing. I know I'm early, but we have to go right now.
Look, Metal Ball, I can hear you.
Run! I don't need to do the voice. Run!
You're running away, while Gladys uses everything at her disposal to stop you.
Bring in the whole place now! Hurry! We made it! We made it! We made it! We made it!
You and Wheatley make it into the maintenance areas, and Wheatley briefly parts ways with you.
Well, I'm gonna take this rail down the back way.
You get to the turret redemption line and meet the Oracle turret.
Thank you.
It's a friendly turret that has some odd things to say.
Don't make lemonade. The answer is in with us. Her name is Carolyn.
You meet up with Wheatley at the turret control center, and he hacks a door for you to get to the template turret.
Done! Hacked!
You then sabotage the turret production line so that functional turrets are tossed away while defective turrets are accepted for use.
If we're lucky, she won't find out all her turrets are crap until it's too late. Classic.
You continue on with Wheatley and see a line of science projects done by children, mostly just potato batteries.
Bring your daughter to work day. That did not end well.
You see your name on one of the presentation boards, implying that you're the daughter of one of the workers at Aperture. Carrying on, you get to the neurotoxin generator and destroy it.
Warning. Neurotoxin pressure has reached dangerously unlethal levels.
You then get sucked into a tube along with Wheatley, and it takes you closer to Glados. But Wheatley gets separated from you along the way.
Ah! Well, I'm going the wrong way!
You get caught in a trap set by Glados, and she takes you straight to her chamber.
I hope you brought something stronger than a portal gun this time.
She tries to kill you with turrets and neurotoxin, but it doesn't work because you already sabotaged the production. And Wheatley just conveniently pops out from a tube.
Hello!
It's announced that the core, meaning Glados, is corrupt, so she needs to be replaced by another core, which is Wheatley in this case. And so the core transfer commences.
Don't you dare plug him in.
Substitute core accepted. Are you ready to start the procedure?
No.
Oh, yes she is.
No. Yes.
Pull me out! Pull me
Unless
out!
a stalemate associate is present, to press the stalemate resolution button.
Pull me out! Leave me in! Leave me in!
Stalemate resolved.
Wow! Check me out, partner!
Wheatley is now in control of the facility, but he gets a little power drunk.
I did this! Tiny little Wheatley did this!
Glados insults Wheatley, telling him that you did all the work, so he turns Glados into a potato.
That is a potato battery. It's a toy for children, and now she lives in it.
But even as a potato, she continues to spite Wheatley, telling him that he's actually a personality core designed to dampen her cognitive functions. In her words,
You're the moron they built to make me an idiot.
so this really pisses him off. So he smashes the elevator that you're on, and you and Glados fall down a hole.
Oh.
Because I'm a potato.
While you're falling down the very deep hole, Glados makes sure to let you know how much you messed up by putting Wheatley in charge.
He's the product of the greatest minds of a generation, working together with the express purpose of building the dumbest moron who ever lived. And you just put him in charge of the entire facility.
At the bottom, you wake up and see Glados carried away by a bird. So you're in the ruins of Old Aperture, and you hear the pre-recorded messages of Cave Johnson, the founder.
Welcome, gentlemen, to Aperture Science. Astronauts, war heroes, Olympians.
You also hear Carolyn, Cave's assistant.
Isn't that right, Carolyn?
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson.
You don't hear Carolyn all that much, but she is an important character. Aperture was founded around the 1940s, and it was a very prestigious company in its early years, second only to Black Mesa. Going through the old test chambers and hearing his messages, you can tell that Cave was a very ambitious entrepreneur. He was responsible for coming up with a lot of strange and often dangerous science experiments. Cave himself, however, didn't seem like much of a scientist himself. Here's a good quote that pretty much sums him up.
Science isn't about why, it's about why not. Why is so much of our science dangerous? Why not marry safe science if you love it so much? In fact, why not invent a special safety door that won't hit you on the butt on the way out because you are fired?
So you're making your way up in Old Aperture, and ironically, you see the decline of the company.
Black Mesa can eat my bankrupt...
Sir, the testing?
Right.
No longer being able to acquire reputable people for testing, the company resorted to using homeless people as test subjects. You happen upon Glados, who's being pecked at by a bird.
Oh. No, wait. Just kill it and we'll call things even between us. No hard feelings. Oh, thanks.
She makes a deal. You will help Glados get back into her body, and she will stop Wheatley from blowing up the place, and let you go afterwards.
This potato only generates 1.1 volts of electricity. I literally do not have the energy to lie to you.
So she's attached to the portal gun, now accompanying you on your journey. In her current potato form, she will blow a fuse if she thinks too hard or has an emotional outburst.
Oh, idiot is going...
So here's when things get interesting. Glados hears Cave's voice for the first time, and she replies to Cave's request, in sync with Carolyn.
Hold on, who?
Carolyn, are the compensation vouchers ready?
Yes,
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson. Why did I just... Who is that? What the hell is going on here?
She wakes up later and decides to calmly assess the situation.
That thing's called an elevator, not a bathroom.
I swear I know him.
And later, she has an epiphany about Carolyn.
Carolyn, why do I know this woman? Did I kill her? Or... Oh my god. Look, you're doing a great job. Can you handle things for yourself for a while? I need to think.
As you get further, Cave's pre-recorded messages reveal that his health was failing due to prolonged exposure to the dust of moon rocks, which was used for the development of conversion gels.
Ground up moon rocks are pure poison. I am deathly ill.
Things were looking bleak for Cave and his company, so he goes on a very heated rant which really seems to resonate with Glados.
When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back. Get mad! I don't want your damn lemons! What am I supposed to do with these? Do you know who I am? I'm the man who's gonna burn your house down!
Burning people. He said what we're all thinking.
He then reveals that he wanted to store Carolyn's consciousness onto a computer and be put in charge.
If I die before you people can pour me into a computer, I want Carolyn to run this place. I'll put her in my computer, I don't care. Alright, test's over. You can head on back to your desk.
Goodbye, sir.
So yeah, Glados is Carolyn, Cave Johnson's former assistant. You're done with old Aperture's test chambers, and you're almost back up in the main facility. You come across a poster that shows some logical paradoxes, and that gives Glados an idea.
No AI can resist thinking about them. I know how we can beat him.
Finally back up, you see Wheatley trying to get his Frankenturds to solve a simple puzzle. You get in the chamber, and Glados attempts to use a paradox to immobilize him.
Hey, moron. This sentence is false. Don't think about it. Don't think about it.
True. I'll go true.
It doesn't work, but it works on the Frankenturds, implying that they're more capable of complex thinking than he is. Wheatley explains that he gets an intense feeling of pleasure when he tests.
I have to test all the time, or I get this itch. But I tell you, when I do test, oh man alive.
The entire facility is on the verge of destruction, which he just chooses to ignore.
Core overheating. Nuclear meltdown imminent.
I think we're in trouble.
He just continues to make you go through recycled test chambers to get his testing high. Glados comments that she can't help you with the tests, and it's quickly made clear why.
See that button over there, alright? You just need...
And that's why I can't help you solve the tests.
After testing for a bit, Wheatley's gratification from testing is starting to diminish.
Oh, here we go. Here it comes. Oh, disappointed?
No, it's happening sooner than I expected.
He's upset about not getting his high, so he starts to insult you.
Alright, so that last test was seriously disappointing. Apparently, being civil isn't motivating you, so let's try her way, alright? Fatty, adopted fatty, no parents.
Okay, so fun little tangent here. WPTV had a news story about the adoption joke, calling it controversial.
A story about this video game, Portal 2, and a clip that appears to make fun of adopted children. Neil Staple contacted WBTV's Brigida Mack after he played the game with his adopted daughter, and Brigida Mack now joins...
Now, I'm not going to criticize these people for taking offense, but I just find it funny how this made it to the news.
That I got from one gamer who questioned what we were attempting to accomplish by doing what he called a ridiculous story.
Anyways, back to the game. Glados calls Wheatley a moron, and this hits his insecurities, so he does his best trying to appear intelligent.
Now he's playing classical music.
Oh, sorry. I hope that didn't disturb you too much then. It was the sound of books. pages being turned, Machiavelli. Do not know what all the fuss was about. Understood it perfectly. Have you read that one?
Yes.
Yeah, doubt it.
You continue going through chambers and solving the puzzles, but this doesn't give Wheatley any satisfaction.
No, that was the solution. What am I missing?
But suspiciously, his attitude suddenly changes, and he says he has a surprise for you.
I've got a big surprise for you two. Seriously, look forward to it.
Unsurprisingly, not much later, Wheatley pushes you into a trap, and he explains he no longer has any need for you.
But I don't need you anymore. I found 2 little robots back here, built specifically for testing.
So now, we get to the part where he kills you.
Well, this is the part where he kills us.
Hello! This is the part where I kill you. Had a bit of a brainwave.
But would you look at that? A portal surface and some conversion gel.
Here, stand. Stop. Where'd you go? Come back, come back!
As you continue moving forward, Wheatley tries to kill you, but to no avail.
Aristotle versus Mashy Spike Plates! Ha! Death trap!
On the way to Wheatley's lair, in a rare moment of vulnerability, Glados shares her feelings with you.
The scientists were always hanging cores on me to regulate my behavior. I've heard voices all my life, but now I hear the voice of a conscience, and it's terrifying. Because for the first time, it's my voice. I think there's something really wrong with me.
You come across some corrupted cores, which Glados mentions can be used for a core transfer. So you get to Wheatley's lair.
Welcome to my lair!
And he thoroughly explains his plan to you, cause why not? He throws bombs at you, which of course, you can use against him. The bombs stun him, and Glados sends you corrupted cores that you can attach to him. There's the space core.
Space. Wanna go to space. Orbit. Space orbit.
The adventure core.
Situation's looking pretty ugly. Such a beautiful woman. If you don't mind me saying.
And the fact core.
According to most advanced algorithms, the world's best name is Craig.
After all 3 of them are attached, the core transfer starts and you have to press the button to resolve the stalemate. But the button is booby-trapped.
I booby-trap the stalemate button! And I have no idea how to fix this place!
The ceiling collapses and you shoot a portal to the moon.
All gonna bloody die! Let go! I'm still connected! I can pull myself in! I can still fix this!
I already fixed it, and you are not coming back.
Oh no! Change your plans! Hold on to me! Tighter! Grab me! Grab me! Grab me! Grab me!
You wake up and briefly see Atlas and Peabody, the 2 bots that were built for testing. Glados shares her thoughts about what happened and decides to delete Carolyn, the human part of her.
Carolyn, deleted.
Goodbye, Carolyn.
Glados doesn't want to kill you, so she lets you go.
I had a pretty good life. And then you showed up. You dangerous, mute lunatic. So you know what? You win. Just go. It's been fun. Don't come back.
She sends you off with a nice turret serenade. And you finally made it out, and an old friend joins you. And that's Portal 2, Condensed. Thanks for watching, my dudes.
So much space. Need to see it all.
I wish I could take it all back. I honestly do. I honestly do wish I could take it all back. And not just because I'm stranded in space.
I'm in space.
I know you are, mate. Yeah, we're both in space. Anyway, you know, if I was ever to see her again, do you know what I'd say?
I'm in space.
I'd say, I'm sorry. Sincerely. I am sorry I was bossy and monstrous. And I am genuinely sorry.
I'm in space.
The end.